So, Richard, we've had Gemstar and Macrovision come together in this merger, and I guess the real brainchild of that so far has been the Liquid Guide. What is the Liquid Guide?
Liquid is the first brainchild of this series of acquisitions and series of very detailed preparing. I mean, the executive team has really worked and lined things up to come together this way. We all had a dream. We've had this dream for years. I came from TiVo, and a long time ago I thought it's very important that people gather their entertainment and can watch it when they want to and watch what they want when they want to. The whole idea of linear television is a little bit broken when you start thinking about the idea that I have to, I remember this thought very clearly. It was back when Friends was very popular. And I thought, I knew friends who were skipping a night with their friends to watch these friends on TV, and I thought, well, that's just wrong. You can get to that when your friends aren't gathering. And so we've dealt with it for so long we don't even think about it as being odd. But imagine how dark the streets will be on the night of the Lost finale, the big final night of Lost. No one will be out. Everybody will be, what happened? What's the big thing? And that's kind of silly. So all of us who have technologies to watch things when we want will be out and having a good time because it'll be a good night. No line at the pub. Liquid is all of this thought coming together. And it will be the very first guide that will bring, yes, traditional television, linear television, because that's how most of us still get our television. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to pick your shows and set your DVR or get reminders to watch shows or however you tend to do things. It can be built into televisions, it can be built into devices that record, it can be built into a lot of different things. So it'll do linear television. But now a guide that comes to life, pictures of the actors, previews, even for television, previews and things like that. Also, it will bring your personal media to your big screen TV. So if you've got pictures of the family and you've got this stored on a PC, or you've got this stored on a network-attached storage drive, these new drives that have an Ethernet or wireless in them so that you can share your content throughout the home. It will automatically discover those. And you can say, oh, show me my vacation pictures. And they'll appear on your big screen TV, much better than gathering around the laptop and you're all kind of gathered around. So we provide the technology to, Liquid is actually specifically designed for connected devices. It is not yet designed for service providers like satellite and cable providers and things like that. It's designed for television manufacturers, for set-top box manufacturers, for people who make Blu-ray disc players. Believe it or not, Blu-ray disc players are all connected, well, most of them, and certainly all of them will be as we move forward. Why can't that also be a place where I can stream content from the internet or download content from the internet? It's a very underutilized device, and it's a great Trojan horse, because the person might go to the store and say, I'm ready to switch to Blu-ray. And the man at the shop might say, well, great, but would you be interested in this one, which also can bring in tons of content from YouTube, which is, of course, all those great social or viral videos, but also now has premium content. It might bring in content from Blockbuster. It might bring in content from lots of different services, all in one player. The old notion that a player might just have one service it's connected to, that won't last long.
So this will be the ultimate kind of over-the-top service gateway.
Right.
And
put your physical media in and get the most perfect picture available in the home today. The Blu-ray is still the best quality you can get today. High def and great sound. Or stream things from the internet. And as the internet progresses and gets better and better quality, because we have better and better service and pipe and that content gets better quality, that Blu-ray player is perfectly capable of playing it. We know it can because it plays the disc. Yeah. So it's connected, and it can become the product that you use to interface with. So that guide can go on there as well. So big screen TVs, Blu-ray players, those kind of things. There will be a product for service providers soon, but we really, the people who are clamoring for it, the people who really want us to help them tell that story, are the big screen TV manufacturers and the Blu-ray player manufacturers and people who make set-top boxes. They're saying, we're building connected TVs, but our customers don't quite understand the value of that yet. So with something like this, it really helps to...
So we must have the jump from the PC to the TV, and we want you to interface it.
Yes.
the key to making that really useful must be the efficiency of the search engine and the recommendations and the reminder functions and things like that.
We absolutely believe that if we become your friend in your television, if our technology is the friend that you count on, then people will really love it. And that's part of the brand change also. We've always been sort of an embedded brand. We let all of our partners build our technology into their devices and color it any way they want. And some of them even choose not to put our logo on it, and they put their logo on it, even though we've done all the work. We're not going to change that overnight, but as we build more value into this technology, we believe that consumers might say, I'd like the one with the Rovi guide on it.
And this is why you've now metamorphosed the corporation and taken the new brand.
Taken a more playful, fun name, shortened it. Rovi is the middle 4 letters of Macrovision, so we took the name right out of the heart.
It's that simple.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it's more fun.
They told me you had 1 million focus groups.
We did. I traveled all over the world, including London and throughout Europe and Asia and the US, and made lots of stops along the way with a great team of people. And we asked a lot of questions about what sort of company do you count on to deliver this technology to you? And then we'd ask some questions like, when a company that does this walks in the room, what do they look like? If they were a person, what would they look like? And we got this great vision of what people counted on for, and it was always fun and playful. It was never this 25-year-old stodgy, we protect your media company. Yeah. It was a playful, more so, we got it. We are an innovative company. We've bought a lot of companies that made their living by selling patents or licenses to patents. We are really a Silicon Valley group of innovators. We really want to create new things. We don't want to rest on laurels of patents. So believe me, we've got them and we'll protect them vigorously. But as we move forward,
by the way,
we want to create things so compelling that the people, who's our biggest competitor? Our biggest competitor is the company that says, I'm going to build that myself, I can do that. We're going to try to make a product that's so compelling, they'll say, well, that's a value add to us because consumers are asking for it.
Right.
And it's a value add to the consumer because they really...
So kind of like the old Video Plus or maybe TiVo,
right.
It's better to say that you've got it than to pretend it's a white label.
TiVo's a very good example. You can get either the DVR that your cable company gives you for free because it's worth free, or you can get the very best. As we develop this and really take a leadership position here, we want to have a brand that people can remember and ask for. So anyway, that new Liquid Guide, your linear content, your personal content, the stuff that's on your network, on your PC, on your network drive, your photos, your music, the CDs you've ripped, the music you've purchased, all of that coming to the guide, and we'll do wonderful things with it, by the way. We'll help you create playlists on the fly. You can say, I want a party mix, and it'll play party music. You can say, it's Sunday morning, I've got the paper and a cup of coffee, I just want some acoustic, nice, relaxing music, and say, give me some of that, and it'll search your content.
So this is going to be a learning technology.
Yeah, very much, very much. And then finally, internet content, the big new, what's out there. And that's, if you think about in the US, we have up to 500 channels from our cable provider. You have a couple hundred here. If you have that, plus your personal content, and now you've got millions of pieces of content out on the internet, and not particularly well organized yet. How do I find the things that are relevant to me? So this guide needs to really bring the things that are relevant to you and put them in front of you. No one wants to sit down in front of their television and say, where's my keyboard? I'm going to go for a search. No one wants to lean forward and set down the beer on movie night. No one wants to...
well, that's the key, isn't it? To make an active practice a passive practice.
That's where the magic lies.
And what's the key to that? Just better and better and better algorithms and
better algorithms, better metadata, better, So here are the ways we're going to find content for you. Yes, we're going to notice that you might be a person who likes action movies, or maybe you like dramas, drama television shows, or maybe you like sitcoms. Whatever it is you like, it's up. Each person's going to be different. Let me start actually at the beginning, because the first thing we're going to do is ask you who you are. What we recommend to you is going to be different than what we recommend to my 10-year-old daughter. So
you start off with the personal profile, and then you build and build and build
exactly.
as the protocols.
Yeah, so we might ask you to say, there may be 4 buttons across the bottom, and I might be the big blue one, and my daughter might be the yellow one, right? So we'll first say, which one of you are we recommending to? And you can even do things like set parental controls in those if you choose to. Some people won't. So the advanced users can really set up detailed profiles. Otherwise, the thing will just learn as much as it can from what you've told it. It'll kind of, it looks like he likes Lost. He, likes the drama sort of sci-fi sort of things. Those sort of things that we can figure out. We might even take some guesses to which actors you like. We'll take, as many guesses as we can. But as over time, we'll use our professional group of editors, over 100 editors, over 150 editors now who think about content full time. We'll use like minds. So it looks like everybody else who's watching that show also likes this show to make recommendations. We'll make social networks come into your television. So we've partnered with this company called Flixster, which they have plugins for Facebook and the other big social network sites. And on there, you can rate shows and say, I gave this movie a 4 out of 5 stars, or I gave this TV show a 2 out of 5, didn't like it at all. And by saying, here are my friends that I trust to make recommendations to me, and here are my friends who have made recommendations, even people who don't use the Rovi guide, now you'll be browsing your guide and you'll say, oh look, my brother really liked this movie. And that might be the thing that influences you to watch the movie. It may be the thing that influences you not to, but whatever, that's just more information. So you'll see their little Facebook picture or whatever, plus their 3 out of 5 rating. I'm not saying that you're going to sit there and type in your review there. That's a 2-foot experience. We all understand the difference between going to Facebook and getting lost for an hour versus sitting down at the TV, but you'll see that information there. So what did our editors say about it? What do other people think about it? What are other people watching, whether or not they've rated it or not? What is crowdsourcing? What's the most popular show on right now? That's all interesting information in this new digital world that will all be part of the Rovi guide.
So if you'll pardon the pun, when is Liquid Guide on tap?
Oh goodness, right. It only works here too. That's a good pun. Liquid Guide is a software product or an embedded product that will be made available to our partners in the very early part of 2010. We're working on it now, and in just a second I'll tell you why we announced it so early. But it'll be available to them in early 2010. Then they'll implement it into their products. I think for the holiday season, which I define as sort of the September to December, the TVs and products, connected products that come out for the
Christmas shopping
2010 season. It's likely that some of our partners will have it in their products for that season. We announce it so early because our biggest competitor is not other guide companies. There's not a lot of other guide companies, and most of the ones that are out there license technology from us anyway. So they're our partners more than our competitors. But the people we really worry about are the people who say, oh, I can build one of those. And they've started thinking about putting an engineering team together to say, well, gosh, there's no guides today that do this. So we'll need to build a guide that does traditional linear television plus internet content plus my personal media. We'll go build one of them. And we want to let them know we're working on it. So, let that company that's been building guides for a very long time build your guides for you, and we'll build a very compelling, exciting product. And you go build great technology and the other things that you do very well. Our partners, we know that they do things we could never dream of, but the one thing we do really know is guides. So we announce well in advance what we're working on so that they don't feel like they need to go build something that nobody else is building.